So I would say from a kind of socio-emotional, spiritual perspective, that was one big shift we had to make is decentering work. And the other thing is we had to get rid of some things that we were holding on into in America, like in terms of assets.
So y'all sold one of y'all houses.
Yeah. But watch this, and Unique tells the story better than I do, but I'm gonna tell it this time. We sold the house that we had in Atlanta. Unique was
Yeah,
one in
our first
Atlanta.
home. Yeah.
Our first home, which was supposed to be our safe house. That was the house we said if the whole world is on fire, that's the
Mm.
house we're gonna go to. We're gonna have the family go there. It was big enough, so on and so forth. And that was an appreciating asset. In the United States, they say you buy a house and your house is your bank account, it's your savings, it is your future. Well, we got rid of that house and bought the house in Jamaica. The house we're sitting in right now.
Right. You're
Uh oh,
breaking up a little bit.
Mike, Mike check, Mike
We
check.
can hear you now.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, go back.
Okay,
So go back
yeah.
to the
So
houses
yeah,
you
so
appreciate.
yeah, so the house we sold the house in Atlanta, appreciating asset. In the United States, you buy a house not to live in, but you buy it not to just live in, but you buy it so that you sell it later for a bunch of money, right? An appreciating asset, we got rid of that and purchased and paid off the house in Jamaica, which is a depreciating asset. In Jamaica, because of the relationship between the Jamaican dollar and the US dollar, when you buy a house, the value actually goes down. But for us, this is the other change, right? So for us, this was not like an investment in our bank account. This was an investment in our well-being.
Mm.
And this is the place where we live. This is a place where we enjoy our family and our friends. And guess what? I just need to say this to your listeners, to your audience. Imagine if you had a life where you didn't have a mortgage or rent.
Mm.
I'm gonna let that
You have a
marinate.
very different
Just
life.
let that marinate,
Different life. Yeah.
right?
Well, because sometimes that becomes a ball and chain.
Yeah.
Probably most of the time, right? You have a big mortgage. And so I travel a lot and people will be like, I don't see how you do all this. I said, my life is decidedly small,
Yeah. That's right.
right? I can have and it probably will get smaller. I could afford a house twice as big as the house that I have and car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Twice as big or expensive than I have right now. But my priority is actually, I love good food. I love a good drink. I love to travel. Those are where I want to
Right.
spend my time and money. Also, like, so decreasing the size of your life, and that doesn't mean you're penny pinching all the time. You're just saying, hey, this is important, that's where I'm gonna put my time and energy.
Mm-hmm.
These things that are markers of success in this country, I'm not gonna be let them be
That's
markers
right.
of my life. And I think the second thing is decentering work, which I think is really, really hard, but you can do when you have a smaller life, right? So I work, or probably since 2021, I've like worked like 3.5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know what? After I relax, I don't work after 5. I don't work on the weekends. And I've made just as, when I made those priorities, I actually made more because I was like, okay, right? Value add. But I decided I was going to give myself the first fruits. I don't work on Monday and I work on creative project because I get the first fruits of my rest.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because if I work on Friday, the weekends, on my personal things, I got nothing left. My brain is fried. I am tired, but I want to give the creativity, the spaciousness of my life and creativity to myself first, and then to my
Right.
clients, and then to the rest of the world. And I think it's really revolutionary thinking to think like that. And people are like, how you do it? And I was like, oddly, the universe has met me with, yeah, this is what we're going to do. And your income is going to really be maintained because you have made these choices to invest in yourself and invest in your time, right? And I'm like, my goal in the next 5 years is to work 3 days a week,
Mm-hmm.
right? Get it down to 3 days a week. And I think I can do beautiful work for other people in that 3 days, have 2 days for myself, have 2 days for rest. But I love that y'all talked about those things because those are essential of like what does, and that doesn't mean you don't work, you don't like to work, but you're not living to work, right? Your work is really positioned in a place that's not central to your identity,
That's right.
but it provides some passion, a sense of you can take care of your bills and things of that nature. So, quick question, and I want to hear about
Let
life
me
in Jamaica.